Thank you. Thank you very much. First, I wanted to greet you for arranging this Zoom meeting on the consensus meeting with the YSBCs. It's a great opportunity for me to say hello to you. Lots of things are happening in the COVID situation, the pandemic situation. So we have to keep up with the happening in the world, what this is going to be. And one of the major issues that we have now is something, a battle between whether we want to go back to the original position, the pre-pandemic position that we are in, or we have to get away from that. That's the whole issue. And I keep saying that we should be creating a new kind of paradigm for the world rather than just go back and continue with what we were doing before. Because the world that we were during the pandemic, before the pandemic, was a world which was threatened by global warming. It's threatened in the sense that we may not even exist. And I underline the issue that the human being today is the most endangered species on this planet because we may not survive very long. And global warming is one major cause of it. All the scientists are telling us that we don't have much time. Our global warming is increasing, still it continues to increase. And we'll come to a point where we'll be reaching point of no return, meaning that we cannot even try, even if you try, we cannot get out of it. And when 2 degrees Celsius is reached, that's pointed out as a kind of point of no return. So that's where we are. And also other issues like wealth concentration is a major issue that we have been discussing. We have a very funny world economic system where wealth begets wealth, and wealth, those who own, become bigger and bigger. And the people in general are deprived of the wealth. So 99% of the wealth goes in the hands of small fraction of the human population, maybe 1%. So the 99% of the population of the world has very little, very small fraction of what the total global wealth is. So we have a very funny situation. Wealth is in the hands of the super, super rich, and the people who are under $5 a day, $10 a day, $50 a day. So that's where the entire human population are concentrated in. So the people at the bottom level have very little of the wealth, almost nothing. The people who have extreme wealth, they are way above everybody else. So they have their wealth concentrated in one direction and the people concentrated in another direction. So what I try to point out that, look, we have a very funny economic system where people are on the one side, say in the South Pole, and all the wealth is in the North Pole. And the North Pole is somehow getting away further and further from the South Pole because the wealth is moving away from people. It's not just stagnant that the same distance remains all the time. It's not like that. This distance is keep increasing, the distance between wealth and people. I said that cannot be an economic system that we can go along with, because the economic system is supposed to be bringing wealth and people together, not take one away from the other. This is a kind of segregationist economy. It segregates wealth from people. That's not the right kind of thing to do. So we have to redesign the machine where people and wealth will be together, and they will remain together, not for temporary period, forever and ever. So wealth should not get away from the people. Where 99% of the wealth should be with the 99% of the people, not the other way around. So this is one of the challenges that we have to accept, because otherwise this world can go into a disaster. It's an explosive mode that we cannot sustain our society, our integrity of people, and so on. And the last point that I raise in that connection is about the artificial intelligence. As it is coming very fast and fast, it will replace human being from work. And I try to imagine what will be the ultimate of it. Suppose the process continues and become faster and faster. The ultimate to me is all people will be removed from their work, and it will be done by artificial intelligence. So human beings become surplus on this planet. They have no use for that. So in a way, if it's surplus, soon it will become a garbage. It's a waste. It's no use for people, for the planet at all. I said, that's not the kind of world that we want to have. We want to see human beings are useful to the planet and make the planet better every day by the human contribution. So these are the thinking during that pandemic period. It became very stronger and stronger in that, and particularly seeing what is happening to vaccine. The vaccine now is nicknamed as vaccine apartheid, remembering the South Africa, where the black and white lived in the same country but lived separately. They couldn't meet each other. So this vaccine has become the same way. So there's a vaccine haves and vaccine have-nots. So the world has divided into two kind of segments. More than 100 countries, even today, this is March 18th, even today, more than 100 countries still didn't have any vaccine. Other countries may have little, very little, but at least they got some. But the bulk of the vaccine is in the hands of the rich countries. They monopolize all the vaccine by putting in more money. So vaccine became a tool to make money for pharmaceutical companies. It's not a tool to save people. This is what it should have been. It should be a tool for saving people rather than making a tool for extracting money. And I try to give an image by saying, look, the whole world population is drowning in the pandemic because there's no one to save them. There's no one to protect them. So they're drowning in this pandemic, and towards is death. Everybody's dead. And some guy comes with boats, beautiful boats, and saying, yes, we can let you come to our boat, but you can give it to the highest bidder. So while they're sinking, while they're drowning, somebody wants to make money by offering them the space in the boat. I said, that's a very ugly thing, ugly part of human being that you bring out. This is a time to show the magnanimous part of human being, not the ugly part of human being. So again, vaccine became a symbol of how profit-making can become a mission for human being rather than saving human life. So instead of life, we opted for profit. That's the kind of wrong world that we created. And how do we address all those things? That's where the role of education system comes. That's why I come back, and today I'm very happy. I'm talking to you, particularly the universities with Yunus Social Business Centers. This is the mission of those centers, to address things in a different way, how to do that. And what kind of teaching we do in our schools, in our universities. What are we teaching our young people? What are they getting ready for in our schools? And again, my complaint is, in most of the cases, what we are doing in our education system, we are preparing our young people as a job-ready young people, so that they can come out of the university, they can get a job, because we prepared very well how to take a job. So the universities, education institution have become turning young people into job seekers, preparing them to become robots, fitting into different parts of the economic machine which runs in. So that's not the situation that we'll be expecting from the educational institution. And I want to emphasize that the education system should be focusing on preparing life-ready young people, so that the young people can go and prepare their life and know what kind of thing they would do. So what do we teach to our young people in the university system and the education system? We teach how the world runs as it exists, to get familiar with the world that we live in. So we make them familiar with the old world, that world that exists. So as soon as they come out, they become the people who will be running this old machine. They have no other idea. They don't know anything else because the universities taught them how to run this old machine. So they want to do the best they can running the old machine. I said, that should not be the purpose of education system, to running the old machine. Education system should be preparing young people how to build a machine which can save the planet from all the problems the old machine has created, which I just listed: global warming, wealth concentration, artificial intelligence, massive unemployment. These are the problems that are created by the old machine. So the university should be preparing young people how to address those old problems and turn them around so that it becomes a different kind of world. They should be prepared for building a new machine, building a new road to create a new world. I said, if you continue to go to the old road, we'll always go back to the old world, because that's the roads that we have made familiar in the education system, like the old roads. I said the education system should be providing young people to know what is the new destination, how to get to the new destination. And then they come out and build a new destination, build a road to get to the new destination. So this is a big challenge. This is a thing I hope all our universities, all our faculty, all our students should be debating, discussing what is it that will be the outcome of the education system. And for example, education system, as I said, are producing job-ready young people. I said job is something, it's not consistent with human being. Human beings are born as entrepreneurs. That's what the excellent part of human being. Human beings are born with unlimited creative capacity. They want to create the world in a new image of human being and what the world can be doing. So that's what the human beings are born with as an entrepreneurial ability. So they're from day one, as the human beings are born on this planet, they were not looking for jobs. They were problem solvers. They had problems all around them. So they became problem solvers. That is the most striking part of human being. They are basically problem solver and go-getter, get things done. They are creative people. But taking these creative people, taking this go-getter person and turning into a job seeker is a complete denial of the history of human being and complete damage of a human being, human child, because we are taking away the creative part of these young people. The moment you accept a job, you sign a guarantee that you will not use your creative power anymore. You'll be at the disposal of the people above you who will direct you, who will instruct you. You follow the instruction. Following instruction doesn't need your creative power. You just say whatever it is you're being asked to do. So you surrender all your creative capacity. So I said, we don't want an education system which will require young people to surrender creative capacity. We want education system which will enhance the creative capacity and make them apply their creative capacity to solve problems around us. So this is a completely different role for the education system. So this is what I'm emphasizing, that education system should be preparing entrepreneurs, not job seekers. You see, it's one little thing, if you can make a difference in our education system, producing entrepreneurs rather than job seekers, you change the whole structure of the economy completely. First of all, you are encouraging young people to be creative. So all the creative power comes onto the planet, that we can do things. There's a massive number of young people can change the world completely. And second, it removed all the problems that we created in the past. For example, we have been talking about the wealth concentration. How is this wealth concentration created? It's created because we produced young people to work under those people so that they can make the money. So we come out and you join a company, join a business which is owned by somebody, and we dedicate our life to make sure we bring lots of money for the company. The more money we can bring for the company or the shareholders, the more successful employee I am. And I'm giving a reward, a bonus or something. Oh, you're doing good work, get a pat on my back, that you're doing a great job, get a promotion, and I'm very happy. Wag my tail, yes, I'm very faithful to you. So we become the mercenaries. The people who work for the company, they become the mercenaries. Mercenaries who fight the battle for their owners of the company, and bring the wealth to the owners of the company. So the owners of the company are the one who goes on the top, accumulate all the wealth of the world to themselves. We keep on working for them at the bottom. So we remain at the bottom and help others to go in the sky. So we are the one who did that. So if our education system teaches us to become entrepreneurs, and we turn into entrepreneurs, nobody will be working for them, because we are not working for them. So nobody is bringing wealth for them to go up. So we are responsible to bring them, to push them to the top, because we bring the wealth for them. If we don't work for them, they cannot go on the top. And we, as entrepreneurs, pick up the wealth ourselves. Maybe small one, but it's much better than what we do as a job seeker. So I can take the wealth and see how we can grow, and every one of us will be doing that. So wealth will be shared by everybody, rather than be concentrated on somebody. And that concentration is due to the education that we give to young people to work for other people. If we had only made that little change, our entire wealth situation will completely disappear. At the same time, in order to make it happen, you have to create a new financial system completely, a new banking system, new investment companies, and so on and so forth. Because today's banks are again focused on the top people, wealthy people. The more wealth you have, the more money you can get, so that you can double your wealth, triple your wealth, quadruple your wealth as you go. Because money is not a limit for you. Banking system will produce all the money that you need. But the same banks will not lend money to young people who want to start with a business with the $10,000 business or $20,000 business to start with. They will not give a penny to him, because that's not how the banking system is created. Banking system is created for people who have lots of money. It's not created for people who don't have money at all to start a business. They say, with empty hand, you cannot start a business. So we challenge that. That's where the microcredit came. That's where the social business came. That's where the social business venture capital came. So we continue to do that, bring resources, financial resources to the young people who cannot start a business because they don't have the money. So we have to guarantee in our financial system. Again, that financial system is designed by the academics, by the people who are teaching the banking, teaching the financial institutions, teaching the finance. They are behind it, designing this. So we have to redesign all those things. And that also is part of the education institution, to design new institution. So we have to create new banking institution, which will guarantee every young person, as soon as you are ready to start a business, we are waiting with money for you. We don't need any collateral from you. You don't need any introduction by anybody. Nobody else will be responsible. We'll build it together. And in order to make it easy, we'll not give it as a loan so that you're responsible to pay me back. We become your partner. A young person who has a great business idea, so the financial institution becomes a partner with a venture capital. So we invest in your business, so we work together, make it successful for you. And if you are when you are successful, you just return the money that I invested in you, so that you can own the 100% of the business that you have developed. So that you are already made the move to become a successful entrepreneur. And more money is needed, we'll be standing by. We'll be providing you more money to do that. So this is the way it should be going. There are so many things that the education system has to redesign itself. If we redesign the education system, we redesign the new generation of young people, we redesign the entire world. So that's a very critical role of the education system. That's what I wanted to bring to you, and I'll stop here.